calling all brands looking to dominate search rankings in 2025. And who isn't? Studio Hawk is Australia's largest dedicated SEO agency and are working with brands like Officeworks, City Beach, Age, Clarks, Petstock and New Balance, and they have an exclusive offer just for Add to Cart listeners. Sign up for an ongoing SEO campaign with Studio Hawk and receive the Content Boost package for free of charge. This is professionally written copy for 40 category pages, free of charge with an ongoing SEO campaign. If you want to rank and convert better in 2025, head on over to studiohawk.com.au, that's studiohawk.com.au, and mention Add to Cart when inquiring to claim this offer. Plus, receive a free SEO audit of your website. How good's that?
Welcome to The Checkout. We catch up with previous Add to Cart guests and ask them 5 quick questions to get to know them better and leave you with a little extra inspiration to get through your Friday. Here's your host, Bushy.
Today's checkout features Abel Butler, CEO of HealthPost and the man behind one of the most impressive retail rescue stories that we've covered on Add to Cart. In our main episode, Abel shared how he took over 2 beloved Aussie brands, Flora and Fauna and Nourish Life, after the collapse of them by BWX. He walked us through the wild ride of acquiring them with no team, no warehouse, no tech stack, and a very tight timeline to make a decision. And he told us how in just 6 months, he brought them back to life. And it wasn't with a big budget or bold campaign, but with quiet clarity, deep values, resetting the foundations, and a laser focus on customer experience. HealthPost is a business that Abel grew from his mum's mail order supplement business, and he's grown it into a purpose-driven e-commerce powerhouse. They've not only scaled into Australia, but are also restoring biodiversity locally, literally bringing seabirds back to the coastlines of New Zealand through profits from their retail business. And what's even better is that they've taken their customers on this journey with them. Abel's one of those operators who leads by doing. And in this checkout, we get to see the lighter, more personal side of Abel. From the weird tech that he's using to relax at 3 a.m. in the morning to sustainable pioneers that he admires, here's what drives Abel Butler behind the scenes. Abel, welcome to the checkout. We had a brilliant conversation a couple of weeks ago where you told us everything that you're doing at HealthPost, including Flora and Fauna and Nourish Life here in Australia, how you are setting yourself up for sustainable growth in both markets. What I loved was the honest story of what it took to rebuild both of those brands in the Australian market. So thank you for sharing that. And you gave us insight into the amazing projects that you're doing in your local area around the restoration of biodiversity, including bringing some of those seabirds back, which was pretty cool. First time on Add to Cart, we've had someone bring seabirds back.
Yeah.
I've got 5 quick questions for you.
Go for it.
Number 1, what is the weirdest thing that you've ever bought online?
Sure. So I currently have, though I can't really report as to its effectiveness, but a vagus nerve stimulation device. So you hook it up to your ear and it sends little electrical pulses, which is designed to calm one down of an evening. Yeah, so those 3 a.m. sort of GPT sessions when you need to clock off. Apparently this will put me to sleep. Yeah.
You strike me as a very calm person. Do you?
Yeah.
But I suppose as a business owner, you just never turn off, do you?
No, yeah, I'm glad I come across that way. I do take a lot of supplements, which I think help. Yeah.
You've got access. Why not?
I sure do. Yeah.
Number 2, which retailer has most inspired you recently?
I really like the work that Lottie Delzile is doing with banish.com.au. Yeah, amazing work in the recycling space and then selling the products that are being made from the waste and things. So yeah, she's a bit of a personal hero of mine at the moment. Yeah.
For those who haven't seen it, can you give us a little bit more detail around it?
Yeah, so Lottie's a huge advocate for waste reduction and lower waste living. And she's recently written a book, which I believe is called 100 Ways to Save the Planet, which I think's been really successful, but has also been running a website called Banish for a while, banish.com.au. And yeah, was originally kind of selling quite a few third-party products and things, but her main focus has been on recycling hard to recycle things. Okay. And yeah, and so she's got these kind of significant waste streams, I guess, of difficult to recycle items coming in, which she is repurposing into, yeah, some really cool things which you can buy through her website. So yeah, she's solving a very hard to solve problem at scale and is a lovely person. So yeah,
Awesome.
she's a champion in that space.
When you see new initiatives that are claiming to save the planet, do you look at them with optimism or a kind of healthy skepticism at the moment?
It's definitely a bit of both. I think it depends where you're looking. Like, I think that the good news stories in environmentalism at the moment are widely underreported
Yeah.
in mainstream media. Yeah. So that would kind of be my starting point. I think, thankfully being in the space somewhat, I'm a bit more exposed to some really incredible stuff that is happening. But by the same token, I think, a lot of what's coming out of big companies in terms of claims that they've made, particularly in the past, that they're rolling back recently and stuff like that, that's the opposite end of the spectrum, where it was like, well, how serious were they in the first place? Clearly not very. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good guide. Number 3, can you name a piece of tech that you or your business couldn't live without?
Look, it's just such an obvious one, but at the moment, we just couldn't live without ChatGPT. Yeah.
What was the last problem you solved with GPT that you wouldn't have solved without it?
To be honest, I'm using it at home to help with landscaping and which trees to plant where and that side of things. But you're probably more interested in a business context.
No, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I had it the other day, and I talked about this with James actually the other day, and it was like, when you're doing things, it's like, why wouldn't I ask GPT to do this? So I cut off Telstra as my home internet, and then went to another provider, had to get a new modem, all that sort of stuff. And I just couldn't diagnose this. And I'm pretty good with that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I'm going to plug all my specs of my modem, my plan, my address, everything into here and say what the errors are. And it just step by step talked me through this little tiny error that I found. And I was like, that would have been weeks trying to diagnose that in the past.
Yeah, incredible. I fixed a toilet cistern with it recently. Yeah. It's like high tech makes low tech. Yeah.
I love it. All right. Number 4, can you recommend a book or a podcast that our listeners should immediately get into?
Yeah, like I'm enjoying, I've been following him for a while, but Peter Diamandis, Moonshots and his essential technology side of things. And obviously he's doing quite a lot of interesting coverage on AI at the moment, would be one.
Awesome. And are you following it via podcasts, socials?
Yeah, podcasts.
Yeah, cool. All right, good tip. Thank you. And last question I've got for you, Abel. What is your biggest challenge today?
The biggest challenge really is, I can't say sanity, so.
You can.
Yeah, no, it's just that difference between, we touched on it when we spoke earlier around, the synthesis. So information overload, incredible velocity of change, and then as a leader, having to at least give the appearance of having a clear and coherent response to a very noisy and chaotic world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well put. I feel a lot of founders are feeling that at the moment. You've got to be confident and have a strategic direction on one side, but knowing that it can be bumped off course at any time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Abel, thank you so much for joining us on the Checkout.
Thanks, Bushy. My pleasure. Cheers.
Want more Abel? And quite frankly, why wouldn't you? Head back to the full episode 526, link in the show notes, where we unpack how he rebuilt 2 major e-commerce brands from the ground up in only a few months. Why HealthPost, Nourish Life and Flora and Fauna manage deep product data without a PIM, how their loyalty program is shifting toward purpose and environmental impact, and what it actually looks like to run an AI-first retail business with some very clear examples, not just hype or fluff. If you're an e-commerce leader looking for calm in the chaos, or you're building a values-driven brand in a tough market at the moment, this conversation will hit home. And if you're not already inside the Add to Cart community, now is the time. We've got nearly 300 e-commerce professionals in there sharing insights from episodes like this, asking smart questions and connecting over all the practical stuff. It's free, it's useful, and that's where this conversation continues. Join us at addtocart.com.au. Thanks again to Abel for joining us and showing us what e-commerce leadership looks like when it's done with humility, focus, and impact.